But we're going to use it in a diagonal. So we'll sit on it to get going, and then you're going to put it on a diagonal, so it will be resting like this. So have something as well, that, like the smaller bolster or a block or brick or something that you can put under it to have it on the diagonal. Because I want you to rest, but with your head up today, because we're going to do a fair bit of seated stuff as well as floor. So let's begin. Let's take a few deep breaths. Set in the music and the timer. And when you're ready, just settling in. And settle in with a long, tall spine that we have, filling the space we created last night. Every breath in, imagine it's like helium, and that your upper body can float up. The crown is naturally growing towards the top, but there's no real effort in that great upward posture. Staying focused with the internal body. Keep the elevation of the breath high. And with last night managing to lengthen and release the entire spine, today we'd like to get some rotation through it. That includes opening the front and the back of the glutes and hips, and a little bit of through the chest and shoulders. So draw your attention to the warmth of your body. Draw your attention to the clothes on your skin. Bring attention to that you're sat on. And without opening the eyes, remember what you know of the room that you're in. Where is the window? Where are colours? Where are specific items? And being really aware of your surroundings whilst focusing on that upward helium lifting body. Sorry, I've got a really dry throat this morning. Sorry for the cough. Stay aware of the room you're in and bring attention with your ears to what do you hear. What can you smell? Keep your posture lifted. Deeply working into meditation, relaxing the body, working the mind while staying in a nice lifted posture. If there's any noise at any point outside of the room you're in, have it as a practice towards hearing something that's not involving you. It's not where your focus needs to go. Therefore, disregard. We don't add curiosity. We don't take more attention other than the attention it first grabbed by being a sound we didn't expect, such as a lorry going past, or an aeroplane, maybe a child, maybe a dog will bark. Separate the distance between this present moment meditation and what can be in your attraction, attention, and what is on the outside of that. And the whole class practice being aware in the room you're in, within your body, in this present moment. Take 5 long, slow, deep breaths, breathing out however you wish. If you want to exhale through the mouth or the nose. And then when you're ready, just let your eyes open towards your lap. Feel length in the back of your neck. Ear to shoulder, softening off through the neck. Stretching down one side, feel free to draw your shoulders down. And softly across to the other side. And reset and roll the shoulders. So let's create the diagonal for your bolster. So put it under a cushion. You might want to angle it with something else, like another smaller bolster. And then lay with your hips just on the edge of it, so that your tailbone is still very much on the ground, that you are still rooted to the floor. And then arms off to the sides, just relaxing them down by the body. For now, keeping the feet bent on the ground, which is creating almost a squat position in our body. It's keeping length in the lower back. It's allowing a softening of the hips. And most importantly, as we relax, softening through the whole spine, but with our head high, meaning we can come to seated postures straight after. Come back into your meditation. Every time we settle into a pose, close the eyes. Be aware of your breath, your great posture in the upper body, and aware of your clothes, your surroundings, and where you're keeping your focus in this present moment. At any point, if it feels more comfortable, to now open your legs into a cross-legged position. And then have your knees open with your legs crossed. Just one more minute, practicing easing the body, staying focused in a meditation-based class. When the time's right for you, take your breath and start to adjust your body so that the feet are grounded if you had them crossed. Take a deep breath. Eyes open. And then draw yourself off by drawing off to the side and rolling up to a slow seated position, but it shouldn't be too bad with the head being high on this action here. So just taking half butterfly. So bringing one foot to the center and then the other leg off to the diagonal. And we're going to bring our body forward a little bit. So see how you get on with the hip flexors in there. If If it's too much, you either go down your hamstring or you go down the bent leg. Okay, so find where you want to go, preferably middle, and then if you've got the big bolster, you can use that with your elbows on it and start to come forward. We're going to do 2.5 minutes in each side, and the foot stays one bent, one long. And have the bolster wherever you want it to be. It might suit better long ways, it might suit better wide ways. We're all different. All right. Take a deep breath. And with the energy of this one, finding the space that's working for you, not too wide if it's not comfortable with the long leg. And then come into the body. Where are you feeling the stretch? Where does it allow space and length in your body? And then relax all the muscles around that area of stretch. With just 45 seconds left, notice if your body's starting to give you a bit more. Take a deep breath and rise slowly to change sides. So the spine's going to continue to go with a forward fold, but we're choosing to go with individual legs. So set the body up like that, and then place your bolster and go straight back down, allowing yourself a few seconds to fidget into the right position. And we've got 2.5 minutes here. Once you've settled into your pose, notice where the tension is. Is it in the right place, or is it in somewhere like your knee or your neck? And then adjust accordingly. With 1 minute left, see if you can come just that little bit lower, if your body's starting to adapt into the pose. And the more you relax, the easier the body can do that. Take a deep breath and come up slowly. Undo your legs. Take a moment with them out front. And we're going to do the cat's tail. That's what it's called. It's a bit of an opener of the hip flexors, so I must have known you needed that this morning. It's good. There's 2 poses that should open the hip flexors out of, 6? So I'll do an adjustment for the eagle twist. So for this one, it's good to sort of roll bits out the way a little. We're going to take it, so I'll show you from the side. So you're going to come down. I might move that one a bit further down, conscious of the end there. So you're on cat's tail. You lay up completely on your sides. Your whole body's on the side. Bend your underneath leg back and take it quite far back. And then take this one forward. And then you hold with your top hand, your back foot, hand to thigh, and then shuffle so your shoulders and head are now on the floor. This is stretching this hip flexor and this side glute while it's getting rotation in the body. Now, holding the feet is not required. So if trying to get to the feet causes you any stress in the body, just let them lay in that run position. So your legs look like they're in 2 90-90s like this. Almost as if I was in bed and I had a pillow here. That's the kind of action. So if you've got any trouble with the groin or inner thigh stretch, I would suggest putting the top leg on this and then holding the back leg. So it's more relaxing. So try both, one on the floor, one on the bolster, and see where it is you'd like to go. So if that feels comfortable or not, if not, use the bolster underneath the top leg. That's it, Bipin. Yeah. Good. And now taking the breath into whatever it is that works for you. You might want to stay with neutral breathing for this one, or you might want to add some really long, slow, deep breaths to try and get rid of any tension through the back or the hips. Bring your focus back into the meditation aspects, being aware of your room, being aware of the presence. This is your breath. Every breath is noticed. Keeping a good posture whilst relaxing. And at this stage, notice a twist of the back. Notice if there's twist through lower or mid or both. And how are the hip stretches feeling? One's getting a hip flexor and the other's more back of the glutes and side of the hip. Very slowly take your top leg and bottom leg so that they're laying together, and then roll onto your back. If you're using the bolster, we take it over to the other side and we just take a moment to settle the spine. Notice if you feel one side's more free than the other, and where and how. And sometimes when we've created stretch, it can now feel the shortening. Sometimes it feels like it's longer one half of the body. We all adjust differently, and it's why it's important that we take a good 30 seconds, sometimes a minute, between changing sides, so it's deeper than just a muscle stretch. It's all connective tissue, realigning joints, so more patience and gentle. So let's go to the other side. When you're ready, shift your body so that you can readjust on the other side. And take your underneath leg behind you and your top leg over the top of a bolster. Or if it's on the floor, making sure you've got enough positioning that you're not straining through the stretch. That you take good deep breaths throughout the shoulders down towards the ground. Maria, is that okay? Okay, thank you. You all right, Pippin? Great, thank you. I love those thumbs up that shoot up. Now with the breath in the body, look to use it to the advantage of the stretch and release. Every time you breathe out, let it go. Let the body adjust. Every now and then, take a nice deep breath and really be present with the stretch in the releasing of the body. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, soften both legs so that they're stacked naturally, and then slowly come back onto neutral on your spine, resting on your back. Notice if there's anything happening for the mid-back. It's generally where the twist was from both sides. Sometimes you can feel the results right in the middle of the spine. Maybe the legs feel a lot more free. And then turning ourselves onto the side. And very slowly coming up when you're ready to seated with no rush. So with the next one is not dissimilar, but it's kind of a different position, so it feels completely different. But it's the deer, and we're going to stretch through all through the inner thigh on this side, and we're going to try and get this leg again on the outer thigh. Now, but with twist, it means that we're doing hip stuff with twists. So I don't necessarily recommend coming all the way into a swan. However, if you're comfortable, or maybe more comfortable for Maria to come into the full swan, still use the bolster or something, and then still turn the body like so. And you can really hug however much you want. But it's quite a deep stretch for restorative. So 90-90 with the legs. And if I angle myself, then this becomes your twist this way. So you're still getting a deep stretch in this leg as if you're holding it like this. So you're still going to get all this part of the stretch there. And then this one stays open without any pressure on it. So if you set yourselves up and then take your body towards away from both legs. So knees in 90-90. Take the bolster in front of the front knee. That's it. And then draw over towards the sofa. So use your right arm on the bolster and roll down over the leg. That's it. So you want to try and move it enough that you've got it far enough up past your knee. There you go. There you go. That's it. How's that on the back leg? Is that okay? Are you getting a stretch with it? No? But does it feel relaxed? Okay. So if you're not getting a stretch and you want one, you're welcome to go for a minute or so here and then come up into the swan, allowing that back leg to stretch a bit more. All right. We're only going to do a couple of minutes. Remember to breathe into the positions you're in and stay really focused with it. So there's no just stretching, but being really present with the body and what it's doing. What is this doing for you? How is it helping your body? If it doesn't feel like there's much happening, adjust so that you get a stretch. If it feels like there's too much happening, reduce. Just another 25 seconds. Long, slow breath. And then when you're ready, coming up slowly. And you can change to the other side. So just come through seated star, allowing the soles of the feet to come together and the knees to open. Take one foot to the opposite hand, one hand to the opposite foot. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired today. And then turn your body and look over your shoulder, just a light twist. And then change sides. So hand to opposite foot, other hand behind you, and just steer gently round. Great. And swap legs. So changing the legs that's at front to the leg that's at back. And then working your way in that 90-90 position. And coming over the top of your bolster. So if this one's too short and tight for any stress inside the hip, then adjust so that the knee is not as straight up. You can take it wider, be more comfortable. Come into the goodness of this release for the hips, the spine. Take a deep breath in. And then when you're ready, ease your body to the center and then slowly rise. Again, bringing the soles of the feet together for star. From here, we have one more seated position, and then we'll do laying star. So you'll have that position with your feet on the bolster at the end. But for now, to see if we can get our legs in this position here. So the feet are back by the hips, and the knees are stacked. Now it's about trying to work the body into that position, and both the hip bones are on the ground. If this isn't possible, the front foot is more forward, that's okay. Or the underneath leg is forward, and we just do one of the leg over the top. Great. That's perfect, Maria. Yeah, this is slotted right in there. It's good. Good. And then work on the knees. So whichever position you're in, work on drawing the top knee down towards the one underneath. And then whichever leg's on top, so my right leg is on top, I'm using my left hand, and I'm just going to turn towards that side, using my left arm, opposite hand against the knee. And keeping the upright posture in the spine that we had at the start. So the outer hip and through the spiral of twist that's running up the back, easing tension from the tail all through the pelvis up into the nape of your neck. It's not one that we hold for a while, so if you're more comfortable with a bolster nearby for you to rest your hand on and touch something there, fine. Otherwise, keep a hand on the leg or the foot, whatever works for you. Just another 30 seconds to see if you can get a bit more rotation with the twist. Letting the body do the twisting action through the back. Slowly unwind the twist. Take your time to get the shoulders back into neutral. So this one that was twisted the most, take time for it to settle. And then changing sides. So take the legs out in front of you for a quick reset of the knees. And then change leg. Look to let the knee drop as much as the hip will allow. I'm feeling a deep stretch in the side of the hip, piriformis, into the side glutes, thigh, and rotating the spine, looking right over the back of the shoulder. Remember to keep the upright posture best you can. When we start to sink the posture, remind yourself to elevate the breath with the helium, like at the start, keeping your spine nice and tall, but with effortless effort. Another 10 seconds, and then when you're ready, letting yourself undo the twist. And then very slowly, when you're ready, coming out of the twist of the legs. How was that? Okay. So the last one is laying in star with your, or it's like half butterfly, but with your feet up. So what I'm going to show you. So set yourself up first with your feet on top. Lay back. And then find the right adjustment between where your block is for your knees to open for the inner thigh stretch. If it gets too much, you can put something else under the knees, or you can bring your legs on the floor, or you can come away with the block. Lots of different options. If you feel good in this position, take your arms overhead. If you prefer, keep your hands on your tummy and feel the breath coming and going. And taking time to nourish the body. Restorative yin is more meditation and less aggressive in any stretch, but the easing through it, trying to nourish the joints, nurture the body into releasing tension, and practice self-kind, practicing that of ease and comfort for the body. And one of the most important things in mind-body is practicing the present moment. For the end of our week, coming into the weekend, whether that's a weekend of busy or a weekend of rest, bring yourself an I am that's suitable for you and how you want to feel coming into your weekend. And take a few deep breaths as you resonate with your I am. And when the time's right, bring your knees slowly together, keeping your feet on the bolster. And then step over the bolster, resting the back of your legs on the, so the back of the knees or the hamstrings then rests upon it. And the time's right for you, we'll come up to seated. So using your feet to push the bolster away, do whatever you want to do. You don't have to rush, you're at home, you can stay exactly as you are if you prefer. And just rolling over to one side when you're ready to do so. Take a deep breath. As you breathe out, honor the body. Thank your body for all that it does for us and all that we put it through. We ask it to be strong. We ask it to be supple. We ask it to be fast. We ask it to be slow. We ask for it to be busy and productive, and we ask for it to relax and chill out. We're generally demanding opposites from our body all the time. Our body serves, our body does what it can, and it lets us know in its own way when it feels good or not. And let's listen. Let's work together with our body. For it is long cherished. With that in mind, for yourself and each other, Namaste. Well done.